The Adirondack Park is a special place. In any season, visitors can experience its magnificent lakes, forests, and mountains through a variety of outdoor activities. Or just relax and simply enjoy its scenic views. Yet the very existence of this expansive wilderness, equivalent in size to the state of Massachusetts, remains largely unknown to many residents of the state it calls home, New York. The largest park in the continental United States, it is composed of public lands protected under a unique Forever Wild clause of the New York State Constitution, and private property regulated for future development. A landmark tree with an unusual growth on its trunk provided the name for Durant's first camp, Pine Knot. Here he built a complex of woodsy structures remarkable for their tree bark on frame siding construction. He accomplished this not all at once, but in stages over several years. From such experimentation, a unique combination of building layout and design took shape that was aesthetic as well as functional.
William West Durant and some people like him who began an artistic approach of taking the materials that were available, the logs, the bark, the stone, and in an artistic sense, beginning to assemble them so that you could respond to a creative way of building.
By 1899, Durant had built the Marion River Cary Railway across this landmass. It was the shortest distance, standard gauge railroad in the world, in contrast to one of the longest railroads built by his father, the Union Pacific. Another steamboat along the Marion River finally completed the journey to Raquette Lake.
In the purest sense, I think of a great camp as having 6 criteria. One is that it's a multi-building plan consisting of 10 or more buildings. Second, it's situated on the shore of a lake. Third, it's owned by a single family. Fourth, it's constructed primarily of natural materials, the logs, the wood, the stone from the area. Fifth, it's done in an artistic fashion.
After selling Sagamore to satisfy his creditors, Durant finally went bankrupt. He was finished in the Adirondacks, and from then on lived a life of modest means with his second wife, until his death in 1934 at the age of 83. The story of his life is suggested through the personalities of his camps, from the whimsical nature of Pine Knot to the commanding presence of Uncas, and finally, the visionary stature of Sagamore.